Hello traders, I'm Ignat Barasenka and this is WaveTrading, so I'm going to tell you about my plans for the next week. Let's start with dollar index. We have got a correction which could be wave 4, which is likely taking form of a zigzag because we've got a wedge here in wave A, and it's likely that bulls are going to deliver a zigzag in wave B. In this case, I am out of the market until this correction ends, and we've got a pullback from lower side of this channel. And I've got a long trade on Australian dollar versus New Zealand dollar, because it seems like we've got a zigzag here in wave 2 with a diagonal triangle in this wave C, and also there is a bullish impulse which could be wave 1. On the other hand, the last price movement, this one, could be a zigzag as well, so wave 2 could be a little bit deeper. Therefore, I haven't opened any trades here on this correction, and I'm just waiting when it ends, and if we see here a small bullish impulse on Monday, I'm going to buy. If correction be deeper, I'll be just out of the market. The main wave count on pound is still bearish, so this wave 5 is likely going to be continued. And also it seems like we've got a small zigzag here, so there's an opportunity to have another bearish impulse, this third wave. However, this wave 5 could also be ended here, which means we could have a huge flat in this wave 4. So if the price breaks this moving average line, it'll be a sign that this impulse in wave 3 ended and we're going to have a huge correction which could take about 2 months. Euro dollar is bearish as well, because we've got a triangle here in wave B, and there is an opportunity to have a bearish impulse in wave C here. However, there is an upward wedge in wave A, so when this correction ends, this wave B, bulls are likely going to deliver a local upward impulse in this wave C, which could be a local correction here. And then if we see a bearish impulse somewhere in here, it'll be a sign that bears are coming back. Japanese yen is declining because we've got an upward impulse here, which could be wave A or wave 1. So it's likely that we're going to have a local correction, which could be wave B, and previously we've got a bearish wedge here, which could be wave A. I'm out of the market, but I'm going to buy on Monday if we see here a bullish impulse which could be the first wave inside this possible wave C. And I'm still out of the market on dollar versus crown, but this market remains bullish. So I'm just waiting when this correction, this wave 2 ends, and when it happens I'm going to buy, trade possible third wave inside this wave 5. This huge bullish impulse on Turkish lira is likely ended, so it seems like we're going to have a correction because there is a bearish impulse which could be wave 1 and there is a zigzag which could be wave 2. So we're likely going to have another bearish impulse which could be wave 3. So I'm out of the market because I usually don't trade reversals. And there is a quite interesting story on pound versus franc because we've got wave 4 here and it's likely that bears are going to deliver another impulse in wave 5. So I'm just waiting when this correction, wave 2 inside this wave 5 ends, and when it happens, I'm going to sell to trade the third wave. And the US dollar versus Canadian dollar has very difficult wave count, because we've got here a wedge in wave A, but all these waves, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, are zigzags itself, zigzag, 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 zigzag and another zigzag. Also there is a quite difficult correction which could be a 333 pattern, so it's like WXYXZ. So overall it's a very complicated wave count. But we've got here a bullish impulse which could be wave 1 or wave A. Actually it doesn't matter in this case. So I'm waiting for a correction which could be wave 2 or wave B. And if we see here a small bullish impulse which could be the first wave of the next bullish impulse, I'm going to buy it to trade this price movement. And there is another pullback from this moving average line on gold, so it's likely that we are going to have wave 5 inside this bullish impulse. So I've got one long trade here, and when it impulse ends, I'm going to close it. The main wave count on natural gas is still bullish, so we could have an extension in the third wave here. However, I'm currently out of the market because this small wave 2 is likely going to be continued. So when this impulse in wave C ends and when we see a small bullish impulse here, I'm going to buy with a stop loss somewhere in here at the local low. And I've got two stops, which both profitable on soybeans, so I'm out of the market because it's likely that we're going to have a correction which could be wave 4 inside this bullish impulse, which could be wave 3. So if we see a pullback from this lower side of this upward channel, I'm going to buy it to trade this possible wave 5. Wave count on oil is still very difficult because we've got a triangle here in wave B and we've got a possible diagonal triangle in wave C. Also, the first wave of this possible diagonal triangle is a zigzag, which means we could have another zigzag in wave 3. So I've got one long just to trade this possible bullish impulse in wave C. Wave count on Dow index is still unclear because it seems like we're going to have a correction which could be wave 4 inside this bullish impulse in wave 3. At the same time, we could have a very bullish extension in the third wave, I mean something like that, and this correction in this case could be just wave 2 in this wave 3. Therefore, I'm out of the market until we've got a bullish impulse here, which could be a sign to have an extension, or somewhere in here, I mean like here, which could be a sign that bulls are going to deliver wave 5. I mean this price movement. And last part of this video is shares. Let's start with Deutsche Bank, where I've got two long trades cause it seems like bulls are going to deliver another impulse which could be wave 5. Also I've got one long trade on Pepsi, cause there is an opportunity to have a bullish impulse which could be wave 3 or wave C. And I'm going to buy FedEx if we see here a bullish impulse which could be the first wave inside this wave 5. Facebook is still bullish. I've got here just one long trade, but I'm going to buy more if we see here on Monday a correction which could be wave 2 and then a small bullish impulse which could be a sign that we can have another upward wave here. Wave count on Apple is quite tricky because we can have here a complete impulse which could be wave 1 inside wave 3. Also there is an opportunity to have a quite bigger extension in the third wave, I mean something like here. So I'm keeping my long trade with a stop loss the nearest critical level. So that's all for today's video. Have a good week and profitable trades. Take care and bye bye.